Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to finish out this class. I do have one screen that I forgot to put up earlier. I closed out before I said it, but it's nothing that I didn't say, but I'll just give you this last one. Christ is the focus of the entire Bible. This concludes the whole class. Christ is the focus of the entire Bible. That includes the Old Testament. The 400 years preceding his birth was a time of tremendous change, culminating in what Paul would call the fullness of time. And when we come back after Resurrection Sunday, I'll send out the times and dates for everybody. After this class tonight, we're officially on break. And then when we come back after Easter, we'll be in the survey of the New Testament. If you've already taken the class, I know a few of you guys may have, and I think Daisy did, take it again. It's a great class. You're going to use the same commentary that we used for this class. That way you only had to buy one. So that's why I bought one that contained both. And I will give you the option of buying a book by D.A. Carson, a survey of the New Testament, D.A. Carson book. That would be the only other book that I would recommend for that particular course. Matt had a question first.
Is it going to be the same day?
Same day, same time. Yep. It's going to be Sunday at 5 to 6.
Can I do it online then?
Yes. Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Papa Georgia.
Everybody, thank you. This is look forward to the podcast. Everybody's asking if you'll be doing church history after survey.
That's the plan. The only issue is I'll tell you after class, but we may have a little hiccup coming for something, but it won't be that class. It just may not be the date that I originally planned. It may get pushed back a little bit. I'll tell you why later. All right, so let's talk about the book. Let's talk about the paper. If you are taking this class for a credit, meaning you receive a certificate for this class, you have to do your paper. You also have to show me that you've done the notebook assignment, and you have to tell me whether or not you did the reading assignments. Now, that is an honor system question, because obviously I can't be with you 24 hours a day to know if you actually did the reading assignments. But if you did the reading assignments, it should have showed up in your participation in class, and most of you have participated fairly well. So I'm going to assume that if you tell me you did, I'll believe you. Just know that we're Christians and we should be honorable. If you didn't do the reading, you still have time. You can finish the reading. You've got 4 weeks to turn in your paper. The notebook assignment is, I just need to see your notebook. If you brought your notebook tonight, I just need to look at it. I'll walk around and do that. That's not a problem. The research project.
Do you have like a handout for it or an email?
The syllabus that I gave you at the beginning of the class has this on it, but if you do have it. I say if you didn't have it, I could email you another copy. Each student will be assigned one book from the Old Testament. The student will write a synopsis of the book, including authorship, purpose and theme, theological insights, and Christological significance. It will be submitted in the following format. The title page, and by the way, I need to give you some thoughts on this. If you do not have access to a computer and a printer, because a couple times these last times I've been giving handwritten papers, and I accepted it, but I took some points off because the standard would be to have it printed. So if just understand, if you hand in a handwritten paper, there will be some points that will be deducted for that. Huh?
When I was in school, they wanted to handwritten.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I've never been in a college class that accepted handwritten papers for your final work ever. Never.
Well,
Not for your final.
college.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just, in school, I mean, maybe it was different, but no. A final draft should be cleanly printed. The paper should basically look like this. I'll give you just an idea here. The paper, your first page should have, and it's listed on here, but I want to make sure I get it exactly as I have it. Title page should include the course title, which is Survey of the Old Testament. You're going to have that at the top. Top middle. Then you're going to have the course title, which is, well, I'm sorry, that is the course title. The number, this is BIV 102. It is going to have the student's name. That is your name. If you write your name, you'll get an F. You understand what I mean by that? Don't hand in a paper that says your name. Hand a paper with your name on it. You know, like raise your hand, state your name, state your name. Yeah, don't do that. And then you have to put my name.
Keith Foskey or my name?
Should be Dr. Medford Keith Foskey, please. Just for this, but this is. I'm trying to give you. This is how you are to hand it in. At the title page, that's all that's on it. Now, your actual paper will be 3 to 5 pages of double space type, which is really not a lot, guys. I never understand why people don't do this, because 3 to 5 pages is not a lot, especially when you're double spacing. And if you go more than 5 pages, that's fine, but don't do 10 or 15 pages. The reason why I put a limit on both sides is so you don't hand me a paragraph, and also so you don't hand me a book, because I got to read it and grade this. And then you're going to give me your bibliography page. Now, your bibliography page is the last page, and it will be determined by what format you use. You're able to use MLA format, or you are able to use APA format. I prefer APA format. APA format means that when you cite a source in the work, so let's say you give a quote and you end the quote, you will have a parenthetical notation of where that source came from. So let's say you're quoting from your commentary. Your commentary, I don't remember it's the Believer's Bible Commentary, but I don't remember who wrote it, but I think it's Thomas Nelson. So it would be like T. Nelson, Believer's Bible Commentary, 1985, whatever the year is, right? Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm doing that wrong. The parenthetical notation doesn't have that. It has the name and it has the page number. So page 585, right? Now that will connect to something on your bibliography page. Your bibliography page will have the bibliography information for that, so that when I'm reading the quote and I see Thomas Nelson, page 585, and I look back at your page, I know what you're citing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Huh? That's MLA format.
Oh, okay.
The reason why I prefer APA is, one, when I was in college, that's the way they made me do it, and I like to pass on grievances. I'm passing it on to you. No, actually, there's a benefit of this. When you see a number, I don't know if you've ever read a book that has footnotes that are just numbers, you automatically have to go and see what that is connected to. But when you have the last name of the author and the page number, then you know what it's referring to. And so as you're reading, you know the reference and you can keep going, rather than having to automatically, every time you see a number, go down. That's called footnotes or endnotes, and it refers to those numerical notes. It's fine if you do it that way, but just be consistent. Don't do it this way for half the paper and the other way for the other half the paper. Pick a lane and stay in your lane. Look up MLA format or APA format. Follow the rules. One of the biggest things is when people cite websites, because websites you would think would be easy, just cut and paste the URL. That's not the way you're supposed to do it. There's an actual method for citing websites. You are to take the title of the website. If the author is available, the author is the author of the site, the website, and then the URL. And all that's included in the instructions. Look up MLA formatting, APA formatting. If you do not turn in a bibliography page and you have quotations in your page, you will lose points for that. One time I took a class, I'll give you a quick story. One time I took a class and the professor was so specific about his demands. He wanted a 1-inch binder, not a 1.5 inch, not a 2-inch, but a 1-inch binder. He wanted your pages to be, what's it called? The margins to be set at a certain typeface and the margins to be set at a certain point. And everything was to be done a very specific way. Now, all of us groaned because if you handed in a 1.5-inch binder, he gave it back to you. I don't accept this. It's not what I asked for. The reason for that is the class was in counseling. And he told us from the beginning, you have to be conscientious about the details. And if you're not, it's going to be a problem. If you're not listening, that's a problem. So details matter. And it was, because people brought in that 1.5-inch notebook. I'm not taking it. It's not what I asked for. Okay? So you say, why should I care? Because this is more than just learning about the Old Testament. This is learning about how to learn. And how to learn is about details. Research, all these things. It's helpful. There's a reason why we do things the way we do them, and it's not always just because you got a professor who likes to give you a hard time. All right, so if you're going to do the book, or if you're going to do the paper, raise your hand. Wow. You can raise your hand for Deborah. At least make me feel better that there's more than 3. All right, so 4 people. Okay. Before you leave, I need to see your notebook, and I'm going to assign you your book. Everyone else, we're going to pray, and you're dismissed. Did you have a question? All right. Father in heaven, I thank you for your word. I thank you for your truth. I thank you for the opportunity to be here today. And I do pray, Lord, that this study of the Old Testament has been fruitful for all of your people. And I pray, Lord, that as we move on now to a break and then come back to our survey of the New Testament, that you would give us, Lord, a renewed interest in studying the things of God. And I pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.